Hello, it's your boy jforpiece back with another video, and today we're going to be looking at what who is the best character in One Piece Bounty Rush. But before we get into it, please like, share, subscribe, turn on notification bells for more content. And yeah, man. So this video was inspired by somebody on the Reddit, and he or she said that Claw was the best character in the entire game. Now, I don't know about that. I don't know, but let's actually check this out because I'm pretty open-minded, and the way I see it is we're gonna just look at my three suggestions of who's the best character, and I'll give them a mini breakdown for each, and then make my final conclusion. Now, my three characters are Raid Onigashima Zoro, Gear 5 Luffy, and Claw. Yes, Claw is definitely top three. I think these three in particular are the three best characters in the entire game right now, in my opinion. And we're gonna start off with the first one. We're gonna start off with either oh my god, I can't speak, bruh. Onigashima Zoro. It's gonna be Onigashima Zoro. So for me, Onigashima Zoro, for me personally, he came out on the 4th anniversary. Okay, he's a red attacker. He could color change into all three colors. I think that's what makes him such a great unit of himself. He could change to all three colors. He's an attacker. He could fight almost anybody. I think his main counters on the top of my head is Yamato, Cracker, there's some characters that could crush him as well, like King, the new King. If you're not careful, EX Luffy could damage you as well if you're not careful. Kaido, if you're not careful, and Big Mom as well. It's pretty hard to fight Big Mom, especially using Zoro. Yeah, so he has a decent amount of things, but he can also hold his own and KO them off. The only thing that limits him, I think, beyond that is that he's kind of one-dimensional. He can fight everybody. He's very versatile, and he's an amazing goated unit, and can be versatile and very good in combat situations. But his class is an attacker, so he's pretty one-dimensional, and that could kind of limit him into things that in some certain aspects that he could do. He could cut down Gear 5s. That's probably one of the main things about him that I love about him, is that he could cut down Gear 5 Luffy, and that's what makes him such a very great unit in it of itself. Like, that's amazing. The fact that he could cut down arguably the best character in the game. Now, the only thing is that he's an attacker, so he can't capture treasure, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. So the next one I'm gonna look at is Claw. So Claw, for me, he is a runner. Well, I can say he's, because both of it's both of them, right, in one unit. And the thing about Claw is that he could switch between two characters, but also both of they have there's two invisible skills. One has a knockback, one has anti-heal. So makes him very good. But what makes him also amazing is that yes, one has anti-heal, but also, and plus, Law himself has he's immune to status effect if his HP is above 50%, which is amazing. And Kid, he can boost your defense buff very fast. So you're kind of like a defender slash runner slash attacker, because they have decent attack power, which makes them absolutely terrifying to play against. Plus, they have great defense, right? And then on top of it, they can capture treasure while on the even while you're on the flag. Okay, and that in itself makes them arguably the best characters in the entire game. But the reason why there's arguments against him for not being the best character is that there's one problem. Green units, specifically Gear 5 Luffy. Gear 5 Luffy could limit him, okay? Now, for example, what do you mean by that, jforpiece? Now, think of it. Before we had King and Queen, we had a lot of Gear 5 Luffys in the meta. Well, we still do, of course, but I think it's kind of slowed down a bit. It's kind of calmed it down because of the new King and Queen, and it's kind of forced a more of a balance. You know, I've been using more blue units lately. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. You know what I'm saying? The new Sanji. Oh yeah, I know some people say the new Sanji is pretty controversial, especially that he could kind of be a glass cannon. But anybody that knows how to use Sanji good, you can fight a claw. I promise you can fight a claw. You have, of course, you have to get your defense buff or whatever, but you can fight a claw in a 1v1, right? But specifically Gear 5, he destroys claw, bro. Like, he destroys claw. You know what I'm saying? And on top of it too is also when he captures the treasure too. A lot of the times I'll be honest with you guys, is when he captures the treasures. Sometimes a lot of characters could just take away his health and could end up killing him anyway. So there's that, and there's also a lot of characters that can knock you back as well. You know what I'm saying? So you want to you also want to keep in mind of that. Yeah, so even if he can capture the treasure and can't get knocked back or whatever, well, no, sorry, cannot get staggered or downed, he could definitely get knocked back. And there's a lot of characters that can knock him back. Plus, Kid is not immune to status effect, so you can take advantage of that as well. So there's that as well. It's like a 3-in-1, but green units could F him up too. Like people like Roger, specifically Roger, Shanks, and Gear 5 Luffy. Those three in particular could crush this guy. I'm not even joking. So there's that. Now let's look into the final one is Gear 5 Luffy. Gear 5 Luffy, for me, one of the best characters of all time. You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest characters. Could turn into all three classes. Has the 2 invisible skills as well. He's a defender, runner, and an attacker. The first ever and probably the final one to have all 3 classes. And yeah, that's what puts him above. But that's what makes people think that he's the best character in the entire game. But there's also a few arguments. Now, recently we just got King and Queen, so we just got very few solid counters. Plus, we have Onagonashima Zoro. Those 3 characters in particular could counter Gear 5. Queen can hold him off and could be very annoying. Plus, has a chance to kill him. Then you have King, who's basically the Gear 5 killer, and Zoro, who's basically a Gear 5 killer as well. These 3 characters could destroy him. These 3 characters have made the game a bit more balanced again. Not more balanced in the sense of like crazy balance, but a bit more balanced in the sense that we don't see a lot of Gear 5s. You know what I'm saying? As well, we do see a lot of Gear 5s, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of trimmed down a bit. But other than that, yeah, man, those 3 counters can F them up very badly. You can fight against them as well. Of course, as your Gear 5, you can fight against them as well. But you can get destroyed if you're not careful. And that's what makes this decision hard. It's between these 3. Who's the strongest? Now, I can leave your opinions. You guys can leave your opinions down below on who's the best 3. You know what I'm saying? Because I think all 3 have their counters. All 3 have their versatility traits. You know what I'm saying? What makes these 3 the best characters is that They can fight almost anybody. In my opinion, they can fight almost anybody, but one is more strong, has a stronger suit than the other. Like for example, Claw is just a better runner. He's just a better runner out of both of them, obviously. Luffy's a better defender. He is stacks up more defense. I think is just a better defender out of the three, and then Zoro's just a better attacker. So it depends. I think it's pretty hard. In my opinion, personally, I think it's Gear 5 Luffy. That person that he said he thinks is Claw. Some people think it's Zoro. Some people even say it's Big Mom. Some people even say it's Kaido. But I disagree. But you know what I'm saying. So yeah. So who's really the best? In my opinion, I think it's Gear 5 Luffy. But you guys can share your opinions down below, and that's what this video's about. So yeah. Anyway, hope you guys like this video. Hope you guys like triggered your mind or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyway, please like, share, subscribe, turn on notification bells for more content. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay blessed. Peace.